Well, here I am again. I'm going to show you this one. This is for people I've cranked up. It's for everyone, but especially y'all. 2:14 p.m. Okay? 2:14 p.m. Tuesday, December 4th, 2018. Now, those of you that have been listening to me for a while, every one of you that's been cranked up have had access to this information for a long time. 2:14, that's 4, 1, and 2. 4 is Fortitude. 1 is everyone. One is everyone as a whole. Or as you yourself. And 2 is a coming together, a bonding, but primarily, initially, most importantly, it's understanding. Understanding is that bond that brings folks together, if nothing else, for one thought process. Trying to get this chair situated right. Anyway. In the last few months, last 2 months, I think the last 2 months, I've had just a couple people, few people, 3 people. I think it's 3 people the last 4 months have actually written to me and asked me to pull out of them what's in there, what I put in there. Because they're being bothered by stuff on the other side. For one person, I went ahead and did it because he's just running so scared. And then, excuse me. After I did that, some of the idiots on the other side decided, hey, we found a way to make Jay take his energy out of these people, make them weak again. That's going to keep all this new stuff from happening, which, of course, it's not. It's not going to do a damn thing, except hinder some people who got it for a reason. So then I hit a couple more people. Those of you that I cranked up, you have incredible power inside you. I gave you part of myself. What the hell can someone give you that's more precious than a piece of their own self? Now, for those of you that don't know me and those hecklers, the few that there are, but there'll be more coming. They'll come on and off. But there's going to be less and less because I'll be out of this body very soon and I'll be making changes I said I'm going to make. And those of you that said I'm full of crap or whatever, then some people are going to come up to you and say, hey, you publicly said Jay's full of crap. He said the animals are going to leave. Now all of a sudden they're going fast. Something else I didn't tell you. I'm going to put it out in a worded video, or Deanna will. I can't stay here hardly any longer, and I don't want to. There was a fight between 2 parts of myself to even get out of the damn chair that I sleep in this morning. The slaughterhouses. Those animals need to come home fast. The people that work there, discriminately, some of them are going to be dying of a virus that's unknown, and they're going to link it to what happened with the Sega antelope. Their own bacteria is going to be turned against them to where it kills them. And these bacteria have a lifespan of what, an hour? But not everyone's going to go. Going to be people dying. There's some other people that are going to die the same way. People are going to say, what the hell happened? You'll have some Christians running around. It's Armageddon. Oh, really? And why isn't everyone gone? Whatever, you know. There's no need for people to be silly relating to religions anymore. That crap is dead. Anyway, you'll see the people gone. Then what would these people say? Nothing. Anytime I made a mistake, I made a point of showing it to you, talking about it on the internet. So that those of you who are trying to wake up would understand that that's part of the process of improving yourself, making yourself better than who you were previously. It's self-improvement, not better than anything else. These other folks who are talking this crap, they all think that they're better than you. They're not. Not at all. There's not many. There'll be more coming, especially after I'm dead. The thing that proved he can go into people's brains and minds is gone, and then that's when people get real brave. You'll find, just as they will, that was a mistake once they do it. And they will do it. So, some of them will turn around and say that poor guy was crazy, but, you know, at the same time, I kind of like them. There's self-glorification, right, CW? What you put forward, you shall receive tenfold. So, after the animals go and some of these people start dying, and the animals start getting removed in large amounts, it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to start happening immediately. It already has. Look at all the pilot whales that are beaching themselves and killing themselves in a very, very short amount of time, hours, in New Zealand. Unheard of numbers. That's part of the female part of what I am. Not in this body, anatomy part of Lily. Change is coming. Doesn't matter who doesn't like it. Soon there's going to be a lot of other animals in larger groups, a lot larger than that. They're going to just start dying. As this is happening, at the rate it's happening, and these animals keep disappearing and dying of this strange disease, which is not. I already told you how it's going to happen, and you'll find out how that happens too. I'm leaving you enough information right now to prove what I've been telling you for years. As this happens, and the people in the slaughterhouse, it'll be very selective. I'll be doing the choosing. If someone's nasty, they're going. The body's dying, they're coming out, and it's time for them to get dealt with. But a lot of people work there. They're just 27% lower frequencies. They just need to be out of the body now. If they go into bodies later, they will, when it's time. But it's time for them to come out now. The slaughterhouse is going to get shut down. That's where they slaughter animals while they're alive. No medication, nothing, just slaughter them. Quickly kill them. So those people doing it that are overly aggressive and negative, abusive, they're going to die. Maybe not all of them. It'd be a very small percentile that won't be, but they'll be staying alive for a reason. Their lives won't be so hot, but people will be afraid to eat meat. Some of the other people, everyone eats meat just about. So some of the other people that die, they'll die from the same thing. So then what's going on? There will be fear about eating meat. While this is going on, people are going to be getting worked on. Their DNA is going to be changed. Human DNA for almost everyone, very small, it's a little over 10%, maybe 8%, right around there, depending on how you want to, where you want to draw the line for what is and what isn't. But a very small percentage of people can actually live comfortably without animal protein, their DNA, the needs of the physical body. This is how things were made by the original first being, your God thing that you that was made up for you, and everybody was made to believe in. Not everybody, most of us. Anyway, that's all done. So what's really going to be going on is everyone's DNA is going to be changed so that they don't need it, so that you can live on plants alone. Now, what does that do? That just increases the desire for people not to be eating animals. That it creates greater concern, greater worry. There will be some people getting hungry. This also creates a necessity for our ET friends to hurry up and come down here and start setting things up, growing this new crop I've been talking about. They're literally going to be growing the hell out of this stuff and feeding replicators. They do it on some of the moons of Jupiter. So, it's been going on for a long time. But, I mean, just right here in our solar system, it's going on out in space, this universe, all over the place. For trillions of years. So, and that, like I said, that creates the need for the ETs to be here. This is done by design. And I'm telling you ahead of time, that book number 3 that I wrote, you're going to see a whole lot of stuff in there. Just what I tell you is going to come true one way or the other. It's going to be, all those things are going to happen. And the gradual way I talk about it happening, I don't give you a chronological day by day order. I knew I couldn't. The only thing I had in the back of my head is late December is when they were supposed to say hi. Say hello. I thought I'd be back out of this body before having to deal with the other 2 large source couples. Aramelius and Lilith, and Armelius and Lydia. Lilith and Aramelius, they'll be back. I've got them stashed. They're awesome. But anyway, so as you have the need, our friends are going to come in from space and start setting that up. It increases the need for it, but I'm telling you, this has already been planned. I've been doing it. This is going to happen. You will watch it happen. They're really anxious for me to hurry up and leave. They are so cool. You can't understand until you see them, and then it's easy to understand. It's like riding a bike like anything else. The people with the heart are the ones who are literally going to be having lives. So, and your religions will just fall away as the dust that they are. There's no religion out there. There's nothing out there anything better than you. That's crazy. So I've said everything in this last video that you could everything I've talked about, everything you could possibly need to know. And as you watch it happen, you find out. And this is not about me. It's about listening to the words I've left you. It's about trying to understand more about who you really are, where you came from, and why your life has been the way it is, and why it's changing, especially for your children and their children and so forth. It'll keep going just like those spheres we built here. And I've already said all the stone that comes through this place after I'm gone is still going to be cranked up. My energy's here. It's not leaving. Things are changing in Hawaii. Have already changed in Hawaii for that too. But when I go home, it's going to change. Hawaii's going to get rattled a little bit. I talked about the earthquake that's going to go from. The tectonic plate's going to crack, going from the Golden Coast in Australia to Southern California. That's going to happen soon. So the more you understand about what I say, the easier it is to say, well, you know what? He said enough that's happened. I'm going to go ahead and read the books. And where you start is book 1 and book 2 and book 3. Read them in that order. You start at number 1, where'd you come from? Everything will start making sense. Remember, I'm an author because I'm published, but I'm not a writer. And the whole time I was writing those books, I was fighting everything on the other side, including the original first being male and female. So all this new change, that's going to be Lily and I. The primary Lily and I. And then everyone's life is going to change. What we want is for everyone to have what we should have had that first life. But the reason why I made this video, I'm making this video, is to tell those of you, I have made you stronger still than you were. So instead of whining, instead of letting them beat you up, relax, calm down, crank up your energy. You have inside you everything you need to take your energy, put it into anything, and hurt the hell out of it. I mean, hurt it. I don't care if you're fourth generation soul. I don't care. You have me inside. Not this body, not this dead, decaying body. Me. Your oldest brother, I was there before any of this started. All I can see I have left is around 2.5 weeks. That does not mean I'm leaving then. But I know I've got very little time left. You are strong enough to do what you have to. You have what you need to hurt anything that comes up to you. There's only one of you that I've ever cranked up that did not get this extra energy. It's a female. She has part of the original primary Lily inside of her. She's arrogant as hell. She came out with Tiger Lily. Now she knows who she is, but she's the only one. I just relaxed. I looked at my energy outside of the body, went into the field, another part of myself, and it went into everybody. And it wouldn't go into her. And I looked at who it was. I just saw someone it wouldn't go into, and then I went to look to see who it was. She started with issues, and then it's going to finish with issues. If you ever see a picture of someone holding my hand when I was comatose in December of 2015. That was done while I was knocked out, this close to death. She grabbed my hand, took a picture of it so she could use it later. How pathetic is that? Told her to stay away. She came to the house anyway. No. Primary Lily will deal with her. She came from her, she'll deal with it. Anyway, all of you have what it takes, so toughen up. Relax, flow inside yourself. You have faith I did to you what I did, and you know I did. I've touched people before at events and they went running. Physically running out of the place thinking I'm the devil because I could go into their brain and they can feel me. This body's going, I'm not. Now here's the schedule for what's going to happen when I get out of here. And if you haven't been cranked up, that does not mean you're not going to feel any of this. It does not mean that it does not apply to you. Any of you involved in this, it does apply to you. I don't care if you watched one video and it settles with your heart that you're going to feel this. The second I'm gone, the very second this body drops finally dead and I'm out of it, you're going to feel a release of energy around you. The other side, they're ready to freak out, number one. Number two, there's stuff running all over the place. Yesterday, I got a hold of Deanna, and I was dizzy as hell. I was feeling everything through the field, but everything was moving, changing. Things were disappearing, being taken away out of existence, out of creation. Some pieces of Arae literally were taken away. They went back to the time they were released from them, and they were deleted. Some of these things were, trillion years ago. So I was talking with Deanna about that. I talked to Deanna about what just happened, about cranking everyone up and making them strong. And there was one person that wouldn't go to, and she knew who it was right away. There's a lot of folks that are here that are very strong. Deanna's leaving. She's getting the hell out of here. She's got stuff to do off planet. Raj was a fourth. Raj is a fourth primary Arae. He was a third to be released from me, personally, and the last. So he's actually the fifth, because I'm the first. He was the fourth release, so he's the fifth. Siobhan out in Ireland. She was a fourth Lily, released from the primary Lily. So she's the fifth. Both of them are like so powerful, so strong heart energy. They're incredibly strong. Deanna's nephew, Ignacio, wait till you meet him. He was the second one released from me. He's the third strongest being that there is in creation. He's a powerhouse, and he's 6 years old. All these people that I've mentioned and more will be doing the DNA ICUCs. Once I'm gone, the one person who's going to do it immediately is going to, as soon as everything gets opened back up, is Deanna. And then no time after that, Siobhan and Raj will be doing DNA ICUCs. Deanna's nephew and niece, she's cool as hell. Her name is Isabel. They're going to be doing DNA ICUCs. Deanna's brother's son and daughter are both source, but his son is Ignacio. He's 6. He's playing rugby. There's going to be times I'm going to have to go to him and literally set him down. Remind him who he is and what he's doing. Anyway, there are many, many source people here. I don't mean hundreds, but I mean many. Many as in singular, that are here, that are going to be cranked up, cranking people up. And there's a select few that will be doing the DNA ICUCs. Not everyone's going to get one, but they're going to be going on more and more. And if I didn't mention someone's name, it does not mean they're not going to do the DNA ICUC, but the ICUCs. Intensive crank-up consultations should be going on everywhere. When the time's right, things are settled down, then there's going to be more of the DNA ICUCs, but still that's going to be limited. So Deanna's going to take a break after I'm gone. She'll be gone about 3 months. Now what I'm going to say is relative to what I was talking about. The second I'm out of here, you're going to feel anything bugging you is going to back off. 3 seconds after I'm out of this body, I come out and I just literally go crazy, killing everything because I'm going to be able to see it. I'm there. I'm not having to do anything through this body. This body's dead. I'm free. 2 weeks after, less than 2 weeks, 10 days after I'm out of this body, just say 12 days after I'm out of this body, I'll be done talking with everyone on the other side, with what's going on, what's happening, and why. And anyone that doesn't like it by that time, I'll already have taken care of them. They'll either be frozen, set aside, or they're going to be deleted. There's always going to be stuff coming out of a body. And then some of it is essence. Some of it might be source, arrogant, stupid, wanting to do something for themselves. They'll be felt immediately by myself. And just by the rare chance anything could be missed, animal essence has already started taking up the jobs as the new sentinels for creation. They're everywhere. Some of them will be materializing in front of you, making a strong body that's human and animal, and then leave. You'll think it's an ET or Fae. No. There's the angels that are left are not going to be involved in people's lives like they were. They're going to be involved with me doing things. Those are the new angels, source angels. The other ones will be around doing stuff with just a few people. You're going to have, there's going to be animal essence that'll be your spirit guides. There'll be some human spirit and stuff and Fae and Femen spirit that's going to be your spirit guides. But there's going to be at least every family in every area, there's going to be animal essence everywhere. That's been all animal essence has been cranked up hard. I mean hard. They're incredibly powerful. So 2 weeks after, just say 2 weeks after I'm out of here, 14 days, by then, the new format will be established and understood. Then if there's any penalties that, someone screws up, goes against it, they'll be dealt with immediately by me. Not this fat body, not this beat up, torn, waterlogged blimp, decayed, diseased body, no. By me. What I am inside it, what you see inside my eyes. That's me, not this beat up piece of shit body. And then about 3.5 to 4 months. It depends on what we're talking about, but between about 3.25 and 4 months after I'm out of here, you're already going to be seeing major change in your physical world around you. That'll be me. Lily's going to be involved in this stuff too. That's the new change coming. That's not Jay. That's not Jara. That's Arae. What I was in this body will be floating around in me for a long time. 250,000 years. By 2020, your lives are going to be so changed. 100 years from now, over 40% of the population of this planet will be awake or awakening very strong. Less than 2,000 years from now, all but about 10% of the physical bodies will be gone. You'll be having lives in other universes, and they're going to be in the new energy bodies. And then 2,000 years exactly from now, there's going to be another change. That's when the four new first beings and the parts of them that have already split off are going to be released. All the source running around will tell you about that. So those of you that are going through hell, I understand. Cuss me, I don't care. I understand. It does not bother me at all. Does not make me angry. It does not make me worry about you. I know who you are. I just made you stronger. I know you're being bothered because you're so important. That tells you you're part of the new change coming. The change is coming whether anyone likes it or not. You can't hide. The person I took everything out of is still being bothered. I did something to help him out, but he's still being bothered. And he's so afraid right now because he won't stand up for himself. That when there's a huge black source angel hanging around him. When he feels that angel's energy, sometimes he'll start screaming, thinking he's being bothered with. No. I saw that and I changed the energy that goes to him. People, I can't hardly do anything anymore. It was just before 12 o'clock before I could get out of my chair that I sleep in. It's a lazy boy that's made for people who have edema and are dying. The lady that sold it said, people live in this chair. And I said, well, they live the end of their lives in this chair. They actually die in the chair. She didn't know what to say. I just kind of laughed. People are going to quit being afraid of the body dying because you get out, you're free. Now, for all you that want to run your mouth and everything, fine, I love you, man. You're going to understand. If I am who I say I am, and I am, very much more than anything I've ever said. I'm giving you a little bit of a hint right now, though. If I am that, how the hell could I hold anything against anyone for being unaware of something, for being ignorant to something? Being ignorant does not mean you're stupid. Being ignorant and then finding out, becoming awake and aware of an issue, and then refusing to adapt yourself to it, that's stupidity. But not having the information other than a person's words to make a decision to change the way you think, why should you? It makes no sense to me. That's how I went through it. Wow, I'm going to pass out here in a minute. That'd be funny. A promise? I believe in doing. I've made some promises while in a body I felt I was able to make. And then I had all of myself being pulled out of the body, all this other stuff I wasn't even aware of. A couple stones I wanted to send some people I never got to, and I apologize for that, but I'll take care of that when I get out of here. Not by telling Deanna to send you something. Deanna sends stuff. With anytime we send something out, she sends something. We had a person who's really cool. Dude, I love you, man. You're awesome. And he put and he loves his dog. This guy's so much heart. Look at him right now. He's pineal, but his heart's really strong. And your solar plexus, dude, is doing great too. He loves his dog so much, he put his necklace around the dog. And of course, the dog's scratching, itching. And don't forget, we're all easily controlled when we're in a body. I'm the son of a bitch. They can mess with me, make me bite, barely bite my lip, and the only thing that can do that is other parts of me trying to get my attention, but it never leaves a mark. It's just make a point. Happened this morning. But so he put his necklace around the dog, and the dog tore it off. So we're going to send him another one, but we had to, he was honest, and we gave him a big discount. And we're sending some more stones, too. Every time Deanna sends something off, she sends something for a gift. People, I've cut people down that tried to make something of me and what I can do. The most disgusting thing I see that I can't stand, it's right up there with arrogance, because it is arrogant, is self-glorification. I've told you before, I'm no better than a stick in fertilizer, and I mean that. All creation is equal. But I am what I am. And 12 whatever years ago, I don't know, I couldn't feel a stone unless I held it in my hand or someone threw it at me. Then after I held my first piece and I felt that energy, it was a piece of Essenite. Golden honey Essenite. Beautiful. Very strong for the solar plexus. It actually zapped my finger. That was made to happen through the other side. Then I started waking up and said, stones. What's up with stones? I didn't know. People tell you, I woke up with these abilities, or this other psychic, a fifth generation people, different spirits are put in different bodies. Also, when you look at people, who are big disbelievers in anything happening other than anything they can glorify themselves with, use as a tool to try to inflate their already super inflated ego. You'll find their solar plexus more than anything else because it's hard for them to feel. One exception to that is, what's his name, Chris Angel or something. He's strong strong pineal. Anyway, so for a quick recap, 3 seconds after I'm free of this body, those of you that are being bothered, you're gonna feel relief immediately. The ones that are doing the wrong thing on purpose to be abusive, they'll be hammering on you until I literally just delete them. You won't feel my energy. All you're going to do is you'll feel them bothering you hard, and then like trying to put a drill in your head, and poof, then they're gone. It's gone. Then that feeling in your head will take a few seconds, but it'll go away. It's the way it always is, and those of you that have had that happen, you understand. Those that are working on you are going to be told, leave you the hell alone, because they don't understand what they're doing. They're trying to help. Less than 2 weeks, like I said, about 10, 12 days, just whatever, 2 weeks after I'm free, the format will be firm. To be abusive or aggressive towards anyone else is to be deleted. Unless there's an exception. Some sirens, hear that? That's when it's over. That's what's going to happen after 2 weeks to anybody that does the wrong thing. There won't be any sirens. It's just going to happen. And then 2 months later, you'll be seeing some stuff happen. 3 months outside around you, and you'll start feeling a little different inside. You'll start feeling stronger. You're going to feel yourself becoming more awake, more aware. That's when you're going to be using some of that energy I gave you in the crank up Every one of you has got so much of me inside of you now. If you've ever had a crank up, you have like 30% of what I put in you flowing through you. Those of you that couldn't afford it, you're still getting it, and you're being bothered, you're getting fed. It's not like a crank up, but you're being fed. You have all the power you need. All you have to do is access it. That engages the field, which is flowing through your body anyway. It's like a trigger. And then that'll just flow more of me into you through the field. It's not a net. It's a network, but it's energy that's already flowing through everything. I don't care if it's a piece of coal, lead, nuclear fission, doesn't matter, it goes through everything. The most disruptive thing there is, and it's still, not an issue, not for me anyway, is nuclear energy. So all this stuff's going to be taken care of soon. That nuclear energy can hurt spirit, but that's easy to fix. The weaker spirit that hasn't been around, the children, the fifth wave, can hurt them a little bit. But as soon as that happens, and literally source energy goes inside them, as soon as it starts to hit them, source energy that's already inside them, is called the field, opens up and puts a shell around them. The protection gig that's what I do. So those of you that are panicking, I'm not trying to call you a wussy, but I am trying to prod you a little bit to get you motivated. Everything you need is inside of you. When that bothers you, think about 2 different animals. Call them to you. Just relax, open the field, and just using your thought process, bring it to you. There's a huge, powerful silver raccoon, incredibly powerful. And then there's a huge African lion. It's golden, dark brown, and gold. You call those 2. You just look at them, and in your mind, say, I need you now. And you see what doesn't happen. And for the other person I did take that out of, we're not going to say your name. I'll be taking care of you once I'm gone. I'm taking care of you now, but I'll be taking care of you once I'm gone. The problem is, for many of you, once you've been spooked, as soon as anything touches you, you think it's, scary, negative, hurting you. Nothing can hurt you. Nothing has the power to hurt you, just to bother you. And you should be able to tell, and I've been trying to get out of here. I've been waiting since October 28th of 2015. You can tell there's nothing left in me. And just one last thing. There's parts of me that have shown their faces to me. Hey, go to Google, look through Black Panther images. And I did, and different parts of myself picked an image. And they said, we understand you're fighting, we understand you're in a body. When we talk to you, you'll hear us, you'll feel us, you'll see us, but your head's being worked on all the time. And it is. There's been a couple of people said, well, Jay has to use an image of an animal. He's not that strong. Yeah. Have I ever touched your head? And after the crank up, those of you that have had one, you know what you feel later after the crank up is stronger. Anyway, all those parts of me that they've been working with me while I was stuck here, floating outside of me, especially that new dragon. That's parts of me that was made into one part, 3 parts. They're all sitting, they're literally right here outside of me. They're that close. 2.5 foot away. They're waiting. They're waiting for me to drop. I'll probably be sitting in the chair. You're almost done. And here, let me show you one more image in case you didn't see it for yourself the first time. Take a look at this image. You see that little red circle at the very bottom right corner, along with there's part of the logo for the mountain t-shirts. You can buy them on Amazon.com. I love them. Like I said, I've bought 45, 50 of them. I've never done a commercial for them. This is about information, this whole channel. And those of you that can't stand me, you can put your little thumbs down, and there's very few. Very few. So, those of you that want to do that, fine. No one's going to hurt you, but you can learn. And if you're really that nasty, that negative, and you're just being prodded to go there, then what happens, you'll deserve. I don't really bother with it. I don't care. Anyway, that dragon is me. And these upright little guys that run around running their mouth, mostly I'm talking about what's out of body. That's where that shirt came from. It was called Bravery Misplaced. Those little things coming to me out of body, attacking me, and I said, dude, would you stop? Just leave me alone. I have no desire to hurt you. They wouldn't stop, so I killed them. I've killed trillions of them. Trillions. The biggest ones are all gone. That's what everyone will find out when I go home. I never wanted to make this video. But I want you to understand why I'm not taking it out of you. It belongs there. It's what you need right now. And if I took it out, you would be made weaker, and you're still going to be attacked. Because all they know on the other side is what the original first being male and female ever did. They kept attacking you. But that small little knight there with this little thing, he's got his armor on, he's the big hero, right? No, he's a little schmuck that doesn't know better. That's arrogant stupidity. Let him have his fate if he cries for it that loud. Anyway. Folks, it's almost over. It's almost done. And those of you that, don't believe any of this, excuse me, but you have enough integrity and honor not to go running your mouth about it, you'll see for yourself. And those of you that run your mouth about it, a couple of you be left alone to do that for a while. Just as it happens, all you're doing is proving my point for me. And my point is that there is something out there that loves you, that cares, that's powerful as hell. And it's your older brother. That's what I am. I'm not your father. I'm nothing. I'm the janitor. I'm your older brother, oldest brother. I was there before you. I understand more because I've seen more, gone through more. And my job is to do everything I can to take care of everyone. And I am. And I will. And there will be no more new first beings ever created. That's enough. That's already been done to the first dimension. Not being locked. I'm talking about the energy, and it's been changed. Nothing else will ever be able to be made. So... don't have faith in me. Have faith in yourself. Because if you will just take a moment, do everything you can to be calm and relax, reach inside yourself and build a sphere out of what's inside you. That's not just me in there, that's me bonding with you. And this extra spirit I put in there, because of what you're going through, you keep that. You're keeping 30% of the strongest spirit that's ever existed anywhere. Do you know how much stronger that is than the first original being? What people call God? That thing's long dead. And I can't tell you how many thousands of times stronger you are than it. That part of you. That does not mean you can go around creating and everything, but it means you have a power level inside that'll take care of yourself. It means your ability to understand is going to be so much more increased, because you're no longer just soul, and some people are essence, some people are source, but most everyone is soul. Your soul that now has animal essence inside you, plant essence, planetary essence, star essence, that's the male and female universal essence, Fey essence, all the forms of essence that exist, including Feynman, they're all inside you. So give yourself a name. I don't know what to say. Soul essence. Soul essence. Soul source. I don't know. What matters is who you are. I like the name janitor. It's what I do. It's my job. I give you a clean floor. I'm proud of myself, what I do. Don't ever think there's anything wrong with pride. You were told never to be proud. That's evil. Oh, it's disgusting. I don't have pride. No. Just don't think you're better than anyone else. No one's any better than you. Why do you need to be better than anyone else? None of us are. Starts right here. Well, I'm going to render this video, and if I need to say something, I'll come back on. But folks, you don't need to hear me talk anymore. All we need is for me to leave. I still have a few more pictures to make. And folks, you want to use Deanna's images for something, they are copyright protected, but just talk to her. Deanna is not a vicious, thirsty businesswoman. No one's me. They shouldn't be, because they're not me. I shouldn't be anyone else, and neither should you. That statement on the website about, being yourself, be yourself, everyone else is really taken anyway, etc., etc., that was Deanna. I didn't even know it was on there. Those of you that thought it was me, thank you. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you. There is a lot of fighting between source. Okay, like in the very beginning, there's Paul and Bourdieu and everyone, they're all coming back. Stronger than they've ever been before. Just as stuff was attacking me, and I couldn't keep it off of me, I kill it, and more stuff follows behind them. If you can imagine a huge, a huge fly trap, that fly zapper, and the whole line of insects, flying insects, they just keep flying into it, getting zapped. That's what it's been since 2009, when I found out that was really powerful. And I've never been conceited. I didn't want to, I said, well, I can't be that strong and powerful. That would be conceited. And that thought was actually put in my head by the original first being female, now dead, with her counterpart, same time. So, if you're proud of yourself, you're not conceited at all. I want you to be proud of yourself. You should be. Stand up for who you are. Everyone should be proud of themselves. Everybody. Thinking you're better than someone is not cool. If we all don't have an equal footing to stand on, how can we stand on solid ground? How can we grow as a family? Like it or not, we are family. The holidays, our family didn't always get together. I'd like to stay away. I didn't want to be with them. My physical family. It was disgusting for me. Excuse me, I love my dad and love my mom in spite of the way I was treated, but I could see what was happening, couldn't do anything about it, and just didn't want to be around it. Deanna had just approached me and said that she's starting to get orders for loose stones and stuff on the internet through the website. It's happened a couple of times, but it's happening more now. It's the other side pushing people to try and get an order in, even though we've said that we're only open for spheres and necklaces. There's an instant reply that you're supposed to get that says an email reply that actually says that also, besides it being on the internet before you even have the chance to buy anything, a window opens up and you have to close it. But she's only open for spheres and necklaces right now. She told me that if you want, that she'll add. She'll also sell you a deck of the cards because she can fit it in with the packaging, either for the sphere and or for the necklace. So she can do that without it affecting shipping and everything else. And the cards are right there. It's ready made. And we bought a lot of them because you need them. So anyway, she'll add the cards to an order of a necklace or a sphere. But other than that, that's all I can promise you. That's what she just told me. And she's too busy. She does a lot of stuff for me. I can't go anywhere, do anything, and I need some help getting things during the day. I can't get up and move around hardly at all. So those of you that are getting orders, and when you can later, it's important for you to have some of the star essonite that's been cranked up. The spheres, they take you to work with you. Put it on your table. What is it? It's a conversation piece as far as anyone knows. If you're uncomfortable talking about it, don't. They look cool, you know. And a necklace you wear on you. We don't advise you necessarily wear them at night. For some people it's easy. Some people move around and grab them at night. Sometimes when you're sleeping you can be messed with. It's easier to mess with you sometimes. Sometimes it's not. To where you feel like they'll make you think you're choking and grab the necklace and start yanking on it. To the point where it'll actually leave a mark on your neck before it breaks. If it does break. Usually it wakes people up, but anyway, you can sleep with that stone put it in a plastic bag and just put it right next to you, on you, in your pillow. The closer it is to your body, the better. It will keep making you strong. Those of you that have spheres, most all of you surround yourself with the spheres at night. Good idea. It's better than binaural beats or anything else you could possibly get. So anyway, I wanted you to know how important this tumbled star Essenite is for you. It's important. So you have what you need. I can't give any more of myself. And I'm about to come out of this body because everyone's right there waiting. As soon as it's time, they're going to reach their energy out and touch my body, and then I'll come out of the body. There's some very heavy hitters out there. It's just parts of me. You will see. No one's any better than you. No one's any less than you. It's time. Well, it's beautiful outside right now, autumn, with the leaves changing and the Fay Beech tree. One of the most important things I should have said, I forgot to mention, I've given you a list of things. Wait a minute, let me get all camera ready. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good to go. When this body dies, I'll have a smile on my face. I just came upstairs to add this to the video. I was getting ready to make it finally today. I got hit with the hardest heart attack I've had, I don't know. If my body would bend that far, my face would have been in the keyboards. What a rush. It's like I said earlier. In this video, I've said it a few times, but especially in this video, I'm done, I'm cooked. There's like nothing left of me in this body. But it doesn't matter. All of what I am outside is right here with me. It was here when I started the video. I went through most of the day, and now they're right here. The DNA ICUCs. I told the scientists I had to wait to take care of the very last step, proving what he already understands. Well, he knows about me, but and I cranked him up. He understands. Like I said before, when I went into his brain, and he was in Spain, he was like, as soon as I went at him, but working on him sounds like I'm going after him in a bad way. I'm not, but as soon as I got into working on his brain, he immediately stopped and looked at me and says, "How are you doing this? I feel it." And all true scientists want a straight answer. Once I'm gone, and all this problematic spirit I've been talking about on the other side, the reason why I bought a few of those Bravery Misplaced dragon t-shirts from the mountain. I knew that if the final step was completed while I was still in the body, that somebody would be messing with it. I expected myself out of body would take care of it. Don't trust it. No way in hell. So I told them, do not make the last and final test. They already know, but the last and final test will not be done until this body's dead and I've been home. Whatever, a few days. So I'm not going to allow the opportunity for anything on the other side to screw with this. This is important. When you find out that I've gone into people change the DNA, and it's written in scientific journals, it'll be in magazines, but I'm talking about the hardcover scientific journals. History of science, medical science, regular science, genetic science. There's 4 different types of fields, 4 different scientific fields that it's going to be published in. Then what do you say? Well, you say apparently I knew what I was doing, what I was talking about, and I was real. You have to be shown. You're gonna. I've already shown you everything I can do other than going into you and crank you up, make you stronger. But because there still is stuff out there and I'm not home yet, and that's why I've done it this way. And they know. They understand. It'll be about 8 months. Somewhere right around there, maybe even August of next year. 2019, when that proof is all done. These are scientists. So people say what they want. I don't care. They're in the top 10%, easily the top 10. And they're for what they do and on this planet. Not in their country, on this planet. So these little things I told you that are going to happen, it's not prophecy, it's just what's going to happen. Why? Because I'm going to do it. A lot of this stuff has already been written by myself before I got in body. It was the getting out of body that screw off the scheduling, but maybe not. Who knows? So, our ET family were supposed to come say hi in a very big way in the latter half of December, but my getting out of the body this late has had a bad effect on it. We'll see what happens. That last heart attack I got just I could stand up about 30 seconds before I just started this piece of the video. Anyway, that reminds me that time is short, and I already know. Anyway, so I wanted to bring that up. A reminder about the DNA ICUCs, about me changing people's DNA. It's never been done anywhere before. People's DNA change over centuries, not over minutes, not over days, months, even a couple of years. Forget it. So you'll find that, and shortly after I go, the ETs are coming. They've been waiting. Eventually, you'll hear from them about me if something comes up to be mentioned. Otherwise, they won't say anything because that's how I want it, and they know it. But when you finally become aware of these other councils I've talked about in these other videos, they'll tell you. Ask them, how did it start? Who put it together? Then you'll understand a little more. Selfish, arrogant, conceited, egotistical, no. If I'm a 10-pound hammer, and I tell you I am, put me on the scales. Look for the 10.0 pounds. Okay. Now we're done. Folks, have a good night or day, whatever you're having. Remember, relax. Take calm, full breaths. Let your cares, worries, physical eye focus, let everything just relax and go. And feel yourself extending out of your body. And talk to your spirit guides. You don't control them. They're your friends. How do you want to be treated? Treat them like that. Let creation be what it should, right? What it should have been from the beginning. You'll watch it happen. Period. That's enough of me. I need to be somewhere else. Folks, I love you. Take care. Stand up for yourself.